There are some geological formations that do some unusual things. In this valley, not only do we have a shallow aquifer, we also have another aquifer much deeper in the ground. There's a big layer of rock, and then down below that layer of rock, there's a fractured layer of basalt that runs through the valley. And this first one's down about 100 feet. This next one's down about 400 feet. Now, some people are pumping out of this second layer, what we call the basalt layer in this valley. The people that are using that are the people, the domestic consumers, the city of Walla Walla and the city of College Place are about the only ones pumping out of this deep basalt aquifer. It's much more pure water because it's really had to filter through an awful lot. See, this water could, all kinds of stuff could be filtering down into this layer in this water table. Nitrates are always a fear. There's nothing to, you know, if you're over fertilizing constantly for years and years, eventually you're going to drive nitrates all the way down into this layer. This layer happens to be coming clear up from in the mountains somewhere, caught between two layers, and it's real pure water as far as contaminants are concerned. There's some minerals in this layer, but there's a lot of water. What it is, there's a big fractured layer, and in that fractured layer, water is literally flowing through that fault in the rock. And so it's like an underground stream flowing downhill in that big underground fault.
What was the name of that again?
It's called the basalt aquifer here in this valley. And they just call this one the shallow aquifer here. Or they call it, what's the other word they use? There's a name for it. Escape me at this moment. I think they call this the gravel aquifer here, and this is the basalt aquifer. This is like river rock down deep, and as you go deeper in the area, you get into gravels and other rock down there, fractured up rock.
So they can actually drill through that rock layer?
Absolutely, you bet. You betcha.
Can you see it over again?
Now, another thing that can happen is that, and then what they do is when they drill through, they will seal it. They will, what they call, case the well right through this shallow aquifer. They're not tapping into this. They will put steel casing all the way down, or PVC casing, so that there's no way that this water can flow into this well. And up in this area, this is just soil and stuff, and it could cave in real easy. So you're going to have steel casing all the way down. I shouldn't say steel or PVC. And so it's not allowing, number one, debris to fall in the hole, and it's not allowing water to seep in up here in the shallow layer. It's not allowing this layer to seep in here. Now over here they would case it down to here, see? And then they'd let it be open. They'd perforate the casing, or just not put casing beyond that and just let the hole be the driver. But here they're going to case it all the way down at this solid rock. Oftentimes they can stop once they hit the solid rock because it makes a perfect casing all by itself. But they want to case past this so that none of this water can tumble into this and then get down into this aquifer. Because see, if you don't case it, you could have water coming in up here that could really have some nasty stuff in it. You know, heck, you might have your dog run right next to the well. Well, you got the idea. Or you got 3 horses pastured right there. Well, this groundwater is going to seep into that well. You could have some nasty stuff seeping into that well, and it'll come all the way down. In this layer, you're keeping that water out by putting casing in, so that you're not contaminating this deep aquifer potentially with contaminants from these upper layers. So we case past it, and we're really pumping pure aquifer water out of here. We're not blending aquifers. And they will require you to do that. If your permit is for this layer, you must case pass all the other layers of water that you go through, so that you're only pumping from that layer.